everybody.
We're live.
We're live and we are hungry.
We're live and we're live. So yeah,
That's
today is the second part. I always need to share center with you. See, we're performers at heart, so we always need to make sure that we're centered.
Yeah, we're centered. You know, we don't have a numbers on the stage now, so we don't know where we are.
Yeah, but we need to be centered. Anyhow, today's second part of the vegan breakfast ideas. I think that's what we're calling it.
Yes.
And today's all about toast. Last week we did a tofu scramble and it was delicious. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Today are two different toasts that we're going to show you how to make. But first, let's do a little bump update. It's getting
look at
huge.
that. We are getting
So
big.
big.
Like she's getting ready.
She.
Yeah, she's a girl.
Getting ready.
So
Okay.
cool. Anyway, let's start it. You're gonna start your sandwich, and then
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you the story about my sandwich, which
Okay.
is crazy.
You forgot the most important ingredient.
What is
Maybe it's a surprise. I don't know what you're doing. The most important ingredient to your toast is
Bread.
no.
Avocado.
Well, let's just see how long
Oh,
it takes
yeah, I know.
for him to dawn on what he's doing. Okay, what I'm doing. Yes.
This
Okay.
is really important.
We're gonna share this later.
Yes,
We
this
talked
is a
about
surprise.
it in the last live. But okay, so I'm gonna make a bruschetta toast. And as luck would have it, for how prepared I was, we went to the grocery store to buy basil and there was none. So
Of course, there's none. Yeah.
this will taste really good without basil, but if you have fresh basil, use it instead.
You can probably put the maybe spice on it.
I think there's just a
It's
difference.
not the same,
It's
I
not the
know, I
same.
know.
If you have a live basil,
Live.
I'm just looking at like live. If you have like fresh basil compared to dried basil, it's not the same. So if you can get fresh basil, that's what I want you to get. I'm gonna go through ingredients here now. So I've got can you guys see that? Yeah. 2 big Roma tomatoes, but you can use whatever kind of tomato that you like. I've chopped it up really well. I have got, I would say these garlic cloves are really small, but if you have 1 to 2 large garlic cloves minced, you can do that. And then if you had real basil, this is where the real basil would come into account. You want to have like maybe almost like a 1/4 cup of chopped fresh basil. I'm using arugula here because I know it will work and taste great mixed together. And then I've got, I'm starting with a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. You could do balsamic vinegar, you could do red wine vinegar. I'm making this oil free. Now, this is an option if you want to keep it on the healthier side or if you want to lose weight. But if you don't care about either of those things, you could always add some olive oil into this. But I don't recommend it because it tastes just fine without it. So I'm starting with a tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. I may add more, we'll talk it through. And then I'm gonna use, I don't know why this is here because I'm not using it, but
That's
you think you
mine,
are.
yeah.
He's got the more
my
unhealthy side. I've got
As
the
you
healthy
see,
side.
this
right
is
here.
junky side.
So I'm using fresh ground pepper and a little bit of pink Himalayan salt. So whatever pepper and salt that you like. And then I'm just mixing it together. So I'm gonna take all the tomatoes and I'm gonna stick them into my bowl. Now, the longer you let this marinate, the better it's gonna taste. But you know, just for the sake of it being live, I'm not gonna let it marinate that long.
Yeah, and the funny thing about the tomatoes, if you see like the professional chefs and stuff, like, you know, the pros,
AKA not me.
aka not us, even though we are making the best food in the world, just saying, they will take out the seeds from the tomato and they will, I just don't know, like, I get it, they're bitter, but are you really like biting the seeds? Like, do you really?
Nutrients as well as
Yeah,
the seeds.
exactly. All the nutrients is really important. They take out all the inside, which is the most really nice and delicious. They take out all the seeds because they're bitter. Who eats seeds in their, like, are you grinding your seeds in your teeth? I don't think so. So this is full tomato and it tastes unbelievable.
And it's easier, like there's
Yeah,
really,
I mean, it's like, yeah.
you can
Anyway.
eat the whole fruit of tomato. Okay, so I'm gonna put
Should
a
I
little
cut
bit.
some bread?
Yeah, actually.
Right, let's do
This is
that.
gonna be like super quick, unless we get off on some weird tangent or have some kitchen disaster.
Well, I have a story to tell.
Is to make it quick. So I'm putting some fresh ground pepper and some Himalayan salt in there just to taste. And I think I'm gonna add a little bit more balsamic vinegar. Let's see, maybe I'll do another, I don't know, tablespoon or just a half. You just kind of gotta gauge it on what seems good to you.
As you see, I struggle with that bread because it's a freshly, of course, baked bread. It's Monday, so that's what we do.
We've gotten into this weird pattern of making
Yeah.
freshly baked bread every time we do a live.
So it's
Okay,
soft
so
and warm.
that's it, right? You
Yeah.
just mix it together. It
Beautiful.
smells heavenly. It would smell even better if there
Oh,
was
man.
some fresh basil in there, I think. And then of course, I'm not gonna put any vegan butter on my toast because I'm wanting to keep it no fat. But if you wanted to, you totally could. Or you could toast this in there,
Yeah.
and you could then put like an earth balance on there, and then you could put this on top, and I think that would be really nice. This would be, it's great for breakfast, real quick breakfast, as you can see I'm already done. But also if you're doing like appetizers at a little party, you could cut little pieces of toast and have these set out
or like
as
a
appetizers.
baguette or something and just
Yeah,
nice
you
and
could
done.
just like triple this recipe and just cut a baguette lengthwise and you'd be good to go.
Yeah, that looks amazing.
Yeah, really pretty.
Looks pretty good. Really good, really good.
And also fat-free, and also you're getting a lot of vegetables in there. Fresh garlic is so good for you, especially if you're not feeling well. It's
Let me leave some for photo.
antimicrobial, and it's just really good for your gut in general. So
Yeah.
there we go. So that is my toast. Should I
Looks
come closer?
amazing.
Probably.
Yeah,
So I can
looks
show you.
amazing. I mean, that's something that...
Ta-da! And then I just need to make sure I don't spill it on the floor. It looks beautiful. That's mine. Okay, your turn. Take it away.
So the thing is this, okay, I don't know if you guys know about it, but I'm like I don't miss very much egg, but I was raised, as most of us probably raised on the eggs and soft-boiled eggs and stuff
Thank
like
you,
that.
April.
Delicious, yeah. And then anyway, I want to keep that story short. So I found a replacement.
I've heard this story like 10 times this week, to be honest.
You heard all the stories.
I miss eggs. Oh, I understand.
Yeah. So, okay, April, this one is for you. Okay, listen to this. This is unbelievable. You take the bread, you put the butter on it. What if you do it in the meantime, so you guys will see what I'm doing. So, the idea of this came out by accident, both of them, because I'll show you the two versions of this sandwich. I'm just gonna make one for now. So you put the butter, right, like a plant-based butter. In this case, well, that's a lot of butter. We don't want that much. I'm trying
I feel like when we're rushing is when we
it's
just
just
start
not
to
good.
make
Yeah,
like
let me
major
go
mistakes.
slower. Yeah, so there we go. So there's the butter, right? Like everybody would put it or not. But anyway, there's avocado. I'm trying to be pro. So you cut that avocado in half, just like my wife taught me. Turn it. But anyway, long story short, you put this avocado on the sandwich just like that. You can just go like this,
Nice and
right?
ripe.
Nice and ripe, and everybody's happy. Good. And now there's an option. What I used to do is just put the salt. So I put like a regular salt, you know, like a Himalayan salt, right? I'm putting on it, and in my mouth, when I take a bite of this tastes exactly like a soft-boiled egg with the bread and butter and the salt.
Which you used to have all the time. We still have it.
Like,
this
I
little
used to
like
have this-
hard-boiled egg holder.
Yeah.
He was like obsessed with cracking his
Because you know,
hard-boiled
like I'll show you, like in Europe, you have
We
to
don't
be
use
like
this for
very
eggs. I don't know why we're
professional.
keeping it.
You have to keep this, you put the egg on, and you tick, and you open it, and it's just very professional.
I remember
But now
the
we
first
use it
time I
just,
saw
don't
that,
know
I was
for
like,
what. Yeah.
do people do that? I guess so.
So this is the version A, which is already like satisfying. Now version B. This is unbelievable. So one day I was hanging out with Eli, and he decided to bring every single garlic from the pantry that he could find. And I'm like, wait, man, this is so soft, this bread, I can't.
Let me just
Doesn't
back
miss.
up. Okay, last live we talked about black salt. Because of you, April, you brought up what is it called? Kala namu? I believe that's what it's called.
Kalak namak.
Kala,
or something
whatever
like
it's
that.
called. It's
It's,
black salt.
yeah.
It's Himalayan black salt. And so we had, before that, been wanting to try it, but then, you forget about things and you don't do it. So from that live last Monday, we were like, oh, we should get it and try it out. And so we ordered it on Amazon. I'll link it down below if you guys are interested. Oh my gosh, like what? This is such a game changer when it comes
Right.
to if you miss eggs.
I mean, to the point that like I just taste the salt by itself, and I just couldn't believe. I was just like amazed, like.
Yeah, so
how this
thank
is
you,
done.
April, for the
April, this was
recommendation
amazing.
and reminding
I'm
us
surprised
again.
that we haven't heard this. Like, no, we
No,
heard
I
about
have
this,
heard
we
it,
never
but I
tried
just
it.
forgot about it.
So anyway,
Amazing, like
Now-
truly tastes like an egg.
there was another thing that I was missing in my life. Well, because I was raised on it, and my grandmother used to make this secret recipe. And this secret recipe was unbelievable. I'll tell you what it is, because obviously it's not going to be a secret anymore. She was doing a pate, and if you don't know what pate is, it's like a liver of rabbit, or there's a liver of something, of some other like animal. Anyway, so
Something.
and it was actually like a pre-buy, so it was like in a little case, in a little can. So she was mixing this with the hard-boiled eggs, squeezing the garlic, which I'm gonna do right now. into that.
And when we met and like we were first married and stuff, he would eat this constantly. It was like disgusting. But
This was like,
I was vegan, he was not, and I was always like,
cause like pate in Europe is something really like famous and popular.
That's true.
So you know,
Here, not so much,
for
but
us was
there,
like whatever.
it's
But to
totally
find the substitution for pate was difficult. I'm making my own pate now,
With
vegan
mushrooms.
one with mushrooms, and it's delicious, right? It's
It's
amazing.
really good.
But now here's the story. So Eli came to me and he's like, you know, playing with the garlic. I let him try. He's like, spicy? I don't like it. Okay, great. So I'm like, I'm not gonna toss this one little garlic, you know, what do you call it, piece? Cloth, yeah. So I'm just gonna use it on my sandwich that I just made, and I was eating with him. And then the miracle happened. Because this thing tastes exactly like pate.
The avocado with the garlic.
The avocado with the garlic that I'm gonna like mash now tastes exactly like pate with a hard-boiled egg.
But it doesn't taste like the hard-boiled egg. It didn't come into play until the salt.
Well, kind of.
Oh, okay.
So this was like I want to say 30% of the taste. I'm like, oh my gosh, this really tastes like it. And then, when our friend April recommended us that salt, which I'm gonna show you.
Sure.
So Michele found it on Amazon. And this is actually cool because this was, you might think, okay, it's very expensive, but this is a £1 and it's $10. In a regular store, you will get like, I don't know, half a cup for $7, so I don't think so.
I feel like it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, so I don't want to waste this, not waste the salt, but like, you really don't need that much.
No.
Like, you really need like a little tiny pinch of it, like that much, maybe a little bit more. And then you mix this again. And people, oh my gosh, this already smells like egg.
It's crazy how much that smells like an egg. Like, I can't believe it.
And
like, the
this-
next time... Oh, sorry. Yeah, you finish.
Yes. No, you go. And then this is basically a substitution for pate with a hard-boiled egg and a garlic.
Yeah, it really tastes like a hard-boiled egg.
This is A, this is B. They all look
the same.
exactly the same. But the garlic is a huge difference, and that egg salt or the black salt is a humongous difference.
Okay, so give us the
I
taste
want
test.
you to try.
Okay, I'll try it.
Because you never tried it before.
I didn't get any of the salt. Hang on.
I'm gonna try this one. Oh wait, I'm gonna try this one with salt and this salt.
Totally tastes like egg. Let's see. Really stimulates the egg. Oh, I hate when the comment just disappears.
No way. Yeah, I know where I go.
Thank you for that comment. I'll read it later, April. But it really does, like what I was starting to read is that it really does taste like the egg, and it truly does.
So
it's
now,
amazing.
yeah, and now if you don't have this, if you don't have that salt, that's all fine, because this is like an extra. This is like, you know, the cornerstone of the egg.
It's like the cherry on top of the beautiful vegan egg.
Margarita. No, but so
I
anyway.
didn't taste mine.
Oh yeah, I didn't taste yours. I want to try it.
Okay.
Oh, you want to taste it?
We could taste it together. But we need to make him
Do you see this couple who was eating jalapeno together?
How's it?
Oh my gosh. The garlic in this and the balsamic.
Very fresh.
Oh, it's very good with with arugula. Because
Totally.
normally we have this with basil, but this isn't delicious. So here's the options.
There's all the toasts that we made. We made a lot of them.
Yeah, and then again, if you want to have the recipe for this bread, you can find it in a cookbook.
I can link it down below.
Now, that's it. I mean, basically, that's
This
all
one
you
was
do.
really simple.
Half of avocado, 2 garlic cloves, a little bit of salt, mash it, put it on your bread, and you have a literally pate egg, hard-boiled egg with the salt on it and the garlic. And I cannot tell you and express you how much exactly this tastes.
And I really
the
like this
recipe.
bruschetta toast because there is no added oil or fat in there. And I think if we ever have dinner parties again, hopefully in the near future, I would totally serve this as an appetizer as well. It's great for a breakfast or a lunch or an appetizer for a party. So,
No?
so there you go. Those are our breakfast toast ideas.
Guys, so if you have any other questions of we always
It's
let
always just like the bachelor, like the host. He's like, well,
here's your
there's
rose.
one more rose,
Here's your rose.
ladies.
Ladies, it's time to leave. It's time to say bye-bye. Gents, this way please. we didn't watch that unless
We haven't watched that for years.
Years,
but
we
we
were
did
on the
notice that
cruise
he
ship.
does this
we
constantly.
have nothing to watch, and we were watching what is it called?
The Bachelor or
The-
the Bachelorette.
The Bachelor.
Still same guy.
And
I
the
think.
same guy just doing the same movement for whole seasons, showing you the entrance or exit and
Or the
rose.
rose.
So here's your breakfast.
You can have toast one,
You
toast
can
two.
just-
guys enjoy these toast recipes.
Looks delicious. Great tips. Awesome.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, thank you, thank you. Make sure the avocado is ripe.
Yeah, obviously. You want to be able to spread it very nicely.
And just like Michele, she told me it has to be like a semi-soft, and then it's perfect.
Yeah, these avocados are really good, actually. I have a piece of garlic in my mouth that is really burning.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna end it there. Thank you so much for watching. We'll have one more breakfast idea after this, and then we'll move on to lunch. So we're gonna go. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah,
great.
I think 3 is a good number.
Yeah, 3 is
So
good.
hope you guys have a good week. And if you're interested in hair print videos, I've got one coming out on Wednesday, and I forget what I have coming out on Friday. So stay tuned. It's a surprise to me and you. Have a great day.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.